Chapter 6. I wasn't proud of what I did, but what choice did I have? I had to do it. I had to trick them. I let them cut the cord, but then we finally went home again. For the next few days, Mom was completely wasted. So she forgot about me. And for anyone who asked if it wasn't unhealthy for the baby to drink while she was pregnant, she just bellowed, "I ain't pregnant no more. The umbilical cord has been cut. There's no connection to the baby in my blood, so the doctor said I can drink as much as I want. The baby just didn't want to be born. It was too much stress. Go to school every day and get good grades and study at the university. Get a job, find a girlfriend, start a family. Get up every morning just because your children have to go to school so that you later can retire and die. Let me tell you something. I understand my baby. I feel exactly the same. I even respect my baby. You hear that, little baby? You can just go ahead and stay in there. I would have done the exact same thing." And then she passed out, just fell over like a log. So how did I survive? Well, I started drinking my mother's blood. I scraped up a tiny hole in the uterus with my fingernail until blood came out. And when I got that warm smell, I pressed my lips against the hole and sucked until I was satisfied. The funny thing about drinking blood is that it actually contains everything that you need. It might sound weird, but the function of blood isn't just to carry oxygen and carbon dioxide. It also transports waste material and nutrients to the cells. That's how the fetus gets fed before you get the cord. So blood actually contains everything that you need. A few days after I was supposed to be born, Mom got back to the hospital for a backup check. She specifically had asked for Dr. Doctor, but he wasn't on duty that afternoon, so she got another doctor. Charlie, the morbidly obese doctor who liked to eat broccoli.
"Oh, I really have to consult my colleague. I have no experience whatsoever with this,"
said Charlie, the morbidly obese doctor who liked to eat broccoli, and picked up the intercom.
"Hello? I wonder if we have any pediatrician with experience of a child that does not want to come out of the womb?" No, it's the case from a few days ago. Yeah, exactly, the one with the drunken mother." "Uh-huh? Oh, okay. No, it's fine. I'll figure something out. Okay, so apparently there's no doctors in the hospital that have any experience whatsoever with babies that don't want to come out from the womb."
Who would have thought that?
Right?
So what will you do?
Well, there's a saying in medicine, and I find that it especially holds true for kids. Whatever comes in must come out. The best thing to do isn't to do anything at all, and let the baby come out the natural way. However, I'll put you on sick leave till the baby comes out. The pregnancy is causing great strains on your body. You should try to rest as much as you can,"
said Charlie, the morbidly obese doctor who liked to eat broccoli. Really? So I would be relieved from work, but I could still party?
"Well, yes, I would just wait to drink until the baby has decided to come out."
Why? My mother said, like it was the stupidest thing she had heard. The umbilical cord has been cut. There's no connection between my blood and the baby. Doctor said that I could drink as much as I wanted to.
"Oh, well, he also once said, so you wash the laundry first, and then you dry it."
You know, I'm so sick of people like you, always making me feel bad for drinking, just because I have a baby inside of me. Let me tell you something. I didn't drink a single drop of alcohol while I was pregnant, and now when the cord has been cut, and there is no connection between my blood and the baby, I just want to have a little bit of fun. What's wrong with that?
"Nothing,"
said Charlie, the morbidly obese doctor who liked to eat broccoli. Mom loved to be on sick leave. She could just sleep in and not have to worry about anything. She spent most of her days drunk in front of the computer before she went to the bar, watching funny cat videos. There was this one, it was hilarious. The cat was staring dumb into the camera, wiggling its tongue. And then there was this other one with a fat cat that was trying to jump to another balcony. It aimed, jumped, stretched out all legs, and fell down halfway. Mom laughed so hard she cried. But then at some point, I don't know if you have had that feeling when you click on a cat video. It might be named New Funny Cat Compilation February 2014, and then you realize that you've already seen most of the videos in some other 60 Min's epic funny cat compilation in high definition from 2012. So you realize that you have seen almost every cat video on the internet. Luckily, there are a lot more videos you can watch. You can, for instance, watch How to Kill a Giant Lobster and read comments like, "Sometimes I buy a lobster just to slowly torture it, and when it's dead, I just throw it away," from a guy called AIDS. Or you can comment on the video and end up in a completely pointless fight with some other user. Eventually, Mom started playing an online game instead, an MMORPG, a massively multiplayer online role-playing game. Here's how it works. You sign up and create your character. Usually there are several different races to choose from. Then you choose if you want to be a warrior, a magician, a healer, or something like that. And then you do all sorts of quests, level up, the monsters that you kill will drop new equipment, and so on. You can do a lot of quests on your own, but the more complex quests are too difficult for one person. So unfortunately, you have to make friends with other players in the game if you want to progress in the game, and make the more complex quests together, which sucks. Honestly, there might be more to MMORPGs than I know. I simply stopped playing when I realized I had to make friends with other people. But here's a short story about when my mother played. Like, it was a fantasy novel taking place inside a computer game. Wouldn't that actually be a funny idea for a book? Mom created her character, a female warrior, and started in the tiny kingdom of Lack, where she killed level 1 wolves with her dagger. Of course, the adult wolves were level 3, so what she killed were the little cubs. Those cute little cubs were strolling around the forest. Maybe a butterfly landed on top of their head, and then Mom came and knifed them for experience points. As she leveled up, she, of course, had to get better equipment. She couldn't walk around and kill enemies with her dagger. It became painfully obvious when Mom fought a level 4 lazy thief. She barely made it. Then, when suddenly a level 7 super lazy thief showed up, she'd run away. But the super lazy thief started following her. She could even hear the guy complain as she started to run away from him.
Hey man, why do you have to run so fast? Can't you just stop so that I can kill you and go back to bed?
She ran into the garrison, which was sort of like a police station, thinking that the guards would throw themselves over the thief when he came in. But they just stood there, as the super lazy thief shambled in and killed her with one super lazy blow. The last thing she heard before she resurrected at the graveyard was the super lazy thief's grumpy voice.
Man, I'm going back to bed.
So she desperately needed some new gear. The problem was it would cost a lot of made-up money, and she didn't have a lot of made-up money. So she asked a dwarf if he could make her some gear for free. "Oh, that's so racist," he wrote in the private chat room. "You think just because I'm a dwarf, I'm a blacksmith and live underground in a mine?" My mom wrote back, "What?" "Nah, I'm just joking with you," the dwarf said. And then the person wrote a command on the keyboard that made the dwarf laugh so hard that it held its hands over the stomach, slapped its knee, and then held its hands over the stomach, then dried a tear in the corner of the eye. "Oh, I get it," Mom said, although she did not, and wrote the same command. So her girl laughed so hard that she held her hands over the stomach, slapped her knee, then held her hands over the stomach, then dried a tear in the corner of the eye. "Seriously, though," he wrote, "can't help you. Didn't pick blacksmithing as my class." "So what did you pick?" Her character made a sweeping gesture when she said that. "Tailoring." "No shit?" Mom followed the dwarf as he ran around, collecting spider webs in the mines, while all the other dwarves were mining for gold and copper. He spun the silk into threads and sewed a cloak that gave +2 asshole points, which made it so much easier to ignore the made-up street children. Because if you didn't have any asshole points, you had to give them money when they begged. But if you had asshole points, you could just tell them to go to hell. My mom loved her new coat. A few days later, they met again when Mom was questing up at the deserted beach. He was running along the water in one direction with some friends, and Mom was running in the other direction. He stopped when he noticed her. "Alice 9, is that you?" "Sneeze Knocker, hi, how are you?" the little chat box over my mother's head said. "I'm fine. My guild and I were just going to the old lighthouse to finish off a quest. Oh, I was not sure if I would see you, but I leveled up my tailoring and made you some pants." One of his friends came back for him.
Are you coming or what?
"Nah, I think I will just stay here. I'll catch up with you later." And then they went for a walk over the hills, sitting in the red grass while the digital sun was shining. "You know," my mom wrote, "as soon as I'm level 15, I'm getting out of here. There's just so much that I want to see and explore. There's this battlefield up in Western Forest where there's like ogres and giants coming down from the mountains and stuff. Then she didn't write for a while because she realized she had talked the whole time. So, what will you do when you turn level 15? Or 25? Oh, I'll probably just stay here, the dwarf said. Really? Yeah, I don't really like the fighting that much. I'd rather just stay here and level up my tailoring. I saw you could actually buy your own shop and decorate it yourself, so I was thinking I could buy a shop in the capital and just sell my own stuff there. And then, this is just an idea, but if it works out, I could also open a shop in Coal Deeper. I have this friend that really needs a summer job. Maybe I could have his character look after the shop. That's so cool. Oh, I don't know. No, but you have this dream, and you're doing it. I think it's really cool. Maybe. He looked deeply into my mother's eyes, and my mom looked deeply into his eyes. And then he suddenly got up. Hey, do you want to do something fun? Sure, the chat box over my mother's head said. Then he began dancing, and removed all his clothes so he was dancing, wearing nothing but his white underpants. You are crazy, my mother wrote. Come on, you can do it too. Okay. She got up. How do I? Just type /dance and remove all your clothes in the inventory. So they were standing on the hill and danced. You're a girl, right? Yeah. Cool. Because this would be awkward if you weren't. You can trust me. I'm a girl. Okay. Wait, how old are you? 13. Oh. A text box popped up on the screen with the message, Sneeze Knocker wants to kiss you. And then with the other options, yes, no, or let's wait until he is of age. My mom clicked on yes. Out of nowhere, another guy showed up, took off all his clothes, and started dancing right next to them. Hey, can I join?